the continent has now defined
In the news, a 15-year-old boy stabbed to death by bouncer for picking money at a wedding reception in Delta State. Rwandan activists call on France to halt burial of Theoneste Bagosora. Sport, England all-rounder Moeen Ali retires from Test cricket at 34 with 2,916 runs and 195 wickets. Details coming up shortly. This is TOS Television, your digital first Pan-African news network. I am Merciful Oghenemaro, and you're watching TOS News 360. A 15-year-old boy, Oghenemaro Eriana, has been allegedly stabbed to death by a bouncer for picking money at a wedding reception held at Mofor, Udu local government area of Delta State. It was gathered that the boy was allegedly stabbed to death on Saturday by a bouncer drafted to the wedding reception at a popular hotel in the area. A witness told newsmen that the boy was trying to pick up money sprayed on the couple during the wedding ceremony when the bouncer, simply identified as Francis Tutuedo, halted him and stabbed him in the process. The police public relations officer in the state, DSP Edafe Bright, on Monday confirmed the murder of the teenager, adding that the suspect has been arrested. And gunmen reportedly killed a member of the All Progressives Congress and injured many others in Anambra State. They also killed 2 other vigilance group members and set ablaze Hilux vehicle belonging to Professor Chukwuma Soludo's campaigner, Dr. Nelson Omenuga. Both incidents happened late Sunday at Nnewi and Nnobi in Demili South local government areas, respectively. The APC member was reportedly attacked and killed at a rally, while many others were injured in the process at Nnewi. The APC Zonal Publicity Secretary, Arinze Oboili, and State Secretary of the party, Chukwukuma Agufugo, confirmed the Nnewi incident to the nation on Monday in Oka. The Commander Guards Brigade Mohammed Usman, in a statement issued by the Assistant Director Army Public Relations Guard Brigade Godfrey Abakpa, on Monday in Abuja, disclosed that heavy military equipment will be moved ahead of Nigeria's 61st independence celebration. The army urged residents of the Federal Capital Territory not to panic, as heavy military equipment will be moved ahead of Nigeria's 61st independence celebration. The general public is hereby notified not to panic at the sight of the military equipment, which will be used purposely for the Independence Day parade celebrations, he said. And now to Africa, about 1,500 people living in areas near Nanyuki town in central Kenya are in court to fight what they see as attempt by the British military to avoid legal action in a case where they have been sued for loss of livelihoods and environmental damages. A fire started by the activities of British soldiers training at the Lord Daiga Conservancy in Kenya 5 months ago, destroying about 12,000 acres of land with claims of at least 1 human death. The British Army training unit in Kenya has filed for state immunity. And now Rwandan activists have called on France not to allow the burial of its soil of a key orchestrator of the 1994 genocide. They said they did not want the grave of Theoneste Bagosora to become a pilgrimage site for those who supported the killings of 800,000 Tutsis and moderate Hutus. The Rwandan activist group Collective des Partis Civils pour le Rwanda, in a statement, said France is already a shelter for many suspects of the genocide and should not become a pilgrimage site for people nostalgic of the genocidal regime. Several members of Bagosora's family live in France. Bagosora died in Mali on Saturday, where he was serving a 25-year jail sentence for war crimes. This is your digital first Pan-African news network, TOS Television, and you are watching TOS News 360. More stories on business, sport, global when we return. Stay with us. Thank you for staying. On the international scene, at least 1 person has been killed and 9 injured after a 5.8 magnitude earthquake hit the Greek island of Crete, local officials say. The man died when the dome of a church that was being renovated in the town of Akalochori caved in. People were rushed sent rushing out on the streets when the earthquake struck at 9:17. Several aftershocks followed. Civil protection authorities said many buildings had been damaged. Germany's center-left Social Democrats have claimed victory in the federal election, telling the party of outgoing Chancellor Angela Merkel it should no longer be in power. SDP leader Olaf Scholz said he had a clear mandate to form a government, while his conservative rival Armin Laschet remains determined to fight on. Scholz says it is time for a new coalition with the Greens and Liberals. Preliminary results gave his party a narrow election win over the Conservatives, who suffered their worst ever performance. And now to business. Edo State-based Chinese firm Yongjing Steel Company has called on other foreign companies to invest in Nigeria. This call is coming on the heels of a sharp division among the workers on whether there is a need for them to have an organized workers' union in the over 10-year-old company. Managing director of the company, Frank Wang, at a stakeholders interactive session on Sunday said his firm has created 700 direct employment as well as 10,000 indirect jobs. Represented by the spokesman Ben Den and his address read by the Assistant Public Relations Officer of the company, Olufemi Isaac, the steel company boss expressed the firm's willingness to support the country. In line with the directive of the Central Bank of Nigeria last month for banks to publish the names, account numbers and BVN of customers who engage in fraudulent practices to obtain forex from banks in Nigeria on Saturday embarked on the publication of customers' details for defaulting in foreign exchange transactions. Stakeholders have therefore reacted to the CBN FX policy, stating that banks are meant to oblige to the regulating body authority. Talking sports, England all-rounder Moeen Ali has retired from Test cricket at the age of 34. Ali made 64 Test appearances after making his debut in 2014, leaves the game's longest format with 2,916 runs and 195 wickets. Moeen, who is part of England's squad for the T20 World Cup later this month, intends to continue playing limited overs cricket at both international and domestic level. And that is TOS TV network, TOS 360 on your digital first Pan-African news network. For more updates, visit www.tostvnetwork.com. Follow and like our social media handles on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. And remember to subscribe on YouTube. Stay with us and enjoy more programs on the network. I am Merciful Oghenemaro. Many thanks for watching.
But we as a continent are now defining ourselves.